It was a hot summer day, 90 degrees or so, and my 13-year-old son and I were playing golf, in my case attempting to play golf, and my son had on a cotton golf shirt, and it was just absolutely saturated with perspiration. And I looked at him and I said, "Jake, I cannot believe how wet you are." And I looked at my own shirt, and it kind of dawned on me at that particular point that I was dry. And I had just bought one of these new performance wear athletic type golf shirts. And after seeing all the performance wear fabrics and materials that were out there and the applications that they've been used for recently, we thought band uniforms would be a perfect candidate to apply this technology to. It took us about 2 years to develop this product. We wanted a fabric that dried quickly, that was lighter weight, that was way less maintenance, and so we worked with contractors around the world basically for about 2 years and developed a fabric that we now exclusively have introduced to the industry called XtremeDri. XtremeDri has the ability to lift moisture away from the wearer and transport it to the outside of the fabric so that it can evaporate. It keeps the body cooler in warm weather and warmer in cool weather. With that in mind, it's odor resistant as well because it dries quickly. The ability for it to not have to be ironed, no wrinkle, that saves a lot of time. This fabric is dry cleanable and washable. That's a significant savings in dry cleaning expense and much more environmentally prudent. The stain resistant ability of XtremeDri, it's the most stain resistant fabric that we've ever used in the industry. Stain will basically lift itself to the top of the fiber so that it can be washed or brushed away. The colors are very vibrant, more so than any other fabric that we've ever utilized in the industry. At the same time, it's 100% color fast. Band uniforms typically have not been comfortable for the students, and XtremeDri, I thought so much of it that I actually had one made in my size. We've taken pictures of me mowing the grass and doing various tasks at home wearing a uniform made of XtremeDri. I've even worn it to work out in, as silly as that sounds. But with all the athletic moves that are involved in modern marching bands, the things that they go through during the course of their performance require that the fabric have more stretch. Not so much that you can't sew trim on it and make it still look terrific with embroidery, etc., but just enough to make it a more athletic type fabric. We started with the XtremeDri fabric and built a new line of uniforms around that technology. We call it the Fusion uniform. The construction of the uniform itself is every bit, if not more, significant than the traditional jackets and uniforms we've been making for years. We basically, very simply applied modern technology to a product that's been made for 90 years. Along with that, we introduced a couple of features to the Fusion coat that make it much easier to alter. We now have the snap-up cuffs both on the jacket and the pants. It makes the uniform a more contemporary approach. Easier to alter, easier to clean. XtremeDri, the colors, the resistance to stain, the non-iron capabilities, they're all there for the life of the garment. It's inherently built into the fabric. We feel confident that these uniforms and this fabric will last for as long as the band is actively going to wear the uniforms. All you have to do is walk into a major sporting goods dealer today, and you'll see the influence that this performance wear type material has had on athletic apparel. It's everywhere. I grew up a performer in marching band throughout school. I wore the old 16.5-ounce wool uniforms and was proud to do that for many years, but this has been a real pleasure for me to be involved in this project. And I've always enjoyed telling the story because seeing where we've come with this fabric from the time that we were sitting in the car after a golf game, it's been very exciting for me.